Hey everyone, and welcome to Square Roots, the classic RPG podcast. My name is Jim Banks, and I'm joined by Matthew Van Zandt.
Hey Jim, it's me, Matthew Van Zandt, and who else is with us today?
Nobody.
Oh my God, what?
I think, is this the first Matt Jim
It might be.
two-hander that there's
It might
ever
be.
been? I think
and it's gonna
it
be
is.
the best fucking episode of the show ever. We are
It's
not,
either gonna be the best or the worst.
we are not gonna be talking about Beyond Good and Evil. That's right. If you tuned in hoping for part 2 of Beyond Good and Evil, we just couldn't do it without Vanessa, who is incarcerated. Unfortunately, ICE picked her up. It turns out that she is not a legal citizen of the United States, even though she was born here, from what I understand, and her parents also born here. But those things don't seem to matter anymore. Laws are what our dictator says they are.
Vanessa's fine. She's taking a sick day today.
Taking a sick day.
So we had planned this episode anyway, kind of to. I think we initially planned it to cap off the Beyond Good and Evil series, but Matt and I are going to engage in some talk of the new James Gunn film Superman.
Whoa, we're going to talk about Superman, but before we dive into that, since it'll be a big, hot, spoilery mess, we're going to talk about we're going to do our usual hot game Goss, and we're also going to do our level ups and some plugs and stuff, and then we will, of course, give you a big fat warning before we start dropping any big ol' Superman spoilers. So don't worry about that. Unless you've already seen the movie,
all good.
In which case you probably don't care.
It's true.
Yeah, it's very true. You could
So
say
Matt, do
that
you have any
that's...
hot gaming Goss?
I mean, did you say what we do on the show, though, or like any of that stuff? Does it matter
Well,
this week?
regularly we play and talk about your favorite classic RPGs one chunker at a time, but it's a special occasion.
We're testing out the waters on what to do when Square Roots shuts down. So,
what to do when we've played all the RPGs?
Yeah.
All the RPGs that are worth playing.
This month we're going to, and apparently some that aren't. This month we're going to be trying a movie podcast type thing, and then maybe next month we might try an actual book club type thing, and then the month after that we might just do like a music rec thing.
I think maybe like a true crime series would be good. We're really priming for our right wing grifter phase.
Do I have to commit the crime, or are you going to commit the crime?
We'll leave that mystery up to the listeners to solve.
Oh, and it'll be up to them to determine which one of us committed the crime.
Yeah, it's their responsibility to stop our reign of terror.
Yeah, are we going to tell them what the crime is, or are we just going to, vaguely hint at it?
Mr. Listener, I gave you all of the clues.
Oh, man. Yeah, and then, of course, we will, obviously, it'll just be Jim and I for this, but we are going to attempt the right-wing grifter phase and just see what we can do with that, because I like money. You know? And I might as well cash in on my...
Maybe veer into Christianity a little bit. That seems to be pretty lucrative.
Yep, God bless. And go to jail, if you're not white or male. Anywho, Hot Game Goss, that's right, and we've got a big fat list of Hot Game Goss to discuss with you today, and for me, the biggest piece of news, and I bet for Jim as well, the biggest piece of gossip is that a new video game was announced, and it is a Hellraiser game.
Whoa, and Hellraiser, brother.
Fucking gnarly. Oh no, you can't talk You can't talk like dead-ass Hulk Hogan. It doesn't work anymore. He's dead.
It's being developed. It's being developed by Saber Interactive. Whoa. And those are the same people that did Space Marines 2.
That sounds like a real company. It's not made up.
Yeah. And it looks pretty good. They're bringing back Doug Bradley, the guy who played the first incarnation of Hellraiser on the big screen.
Oh, he must be 80.
Hellraiser in a bunch of movies until recently. Yeah, he's got to be like in his 70s probably.
I did like that new
him.
Hellraiser and the new Hellraiser actor, though.
Oh yeah, the reboot was good.
Yeah.
Like, are you talking about actor like the Pinhead actor or
Yeah.
the protagonist actor? I
The
guess I like
Pinhead
both.
actor. I don't remember the protagonist very well.
It was the protagonist of Hellraiser was the girl with the curly hair in Until Dawn.
In Until Dawn, right? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. I loved her in Until Dawn, which, by the way,
Yeah.
Until Dawn, now on Netflix.
Yeah, go
If
check
you
it
listened
out. And
to
then
that
listen
bonus
to our
episode,
about
yeah,
it.
or if you wanted to listen to our bonus episode about that, now's the time. It's on Netflix. It's a good, fun, bad piece of shit. I don't know.
Patreon.com/Square Roots Podcast.
Anyway, Doug Bradley back as Pinhead, huh? I watched the trailer, Jim. It looked fucking nasty.
It's a first person it's a first person horror game where it looks like you get to use like an alternate version of the Lament configuration, which like look right behind me. I have one on my
Whoa, holy
on my
shit.
table.
It has such sights
but-
to show you, Jim.
I know. It looks like there's an alternate version of it that you can use to like kill Cenobites. So that looks pretty cool.
Whoa. So you get
And
to
I guess
use their
it's-
gross magic on them.
It's being made in partnership, I think, in consultation, I think is how they described it, with Clive Barker, who wrote the original Hellraiser short story that I think is called The Hellbound Heart.
Interesting.
So that's neato.
Yeah, that is pretty neato. What other hot gaming news do you have for us tonight, Jim?
In sadder news, Supermassive has announced a bunch of layoffs, and
Fucking
along with
boo.
that have announced the delay of much anticipated for me Directive 8020, their upcoming sci-fi horror game in their Dark Pictures anthology.
You know, I heard that the people that run Supermassive are just not very good with money, and they should be better at it.
Yeah, what's the
end.
deal? What's the deal with Supermassive laying their developers on?
Get out of here, Jerry. Nobody invited you on the show. You're a cranky old millionaire now, and we don't like you anymore, though I do still rewatch your show way too often.
I was actually thinking about doing a rewatch.
I have been doing one for about a month. Not like daily.
I mean, starting
but
on
like,
season 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Never watched season 1. It's garbage, but and it's only 6 episodes. You miss nothing. God, that first episode where Kramer is like he's like an agoraphobic shut-in weirdo. He's not the same character at all.
No.
Anyway, sorry, listeners. We're getting off track here. Yeah, supermassive layoffs. Like, get better at your fucking jobs, execs. I don't get it. Every company's got all these layoffs. Who should they be laying off? The people that can't fucking run the money right.
Yeah, no kidding. I was actually Microsoft. This is, I guess, kind of hot gaming news, but there's been tons of layoffs at Microsoft recently. I guess like employees are starting to be like, you guys announce record profits like every quarter. Why the fuck are you laying off thousands of people? Like they're starting to really get pissed off about it. And so I think it was their CEO put out a statement today that was like, business is dynamic and the future is AI. And like all this, it is just like, fuck you.
Yeah, sounds like bullshit.
CEO
Fuck you, man.
shit. Yeah, fuck that guy.
That guy's greedy.
Yeah, some AI is probably going to be listening to this on Monday, and we're going to end up on some government watch list.
Great. I also heard that Windows 11
you
is
made
shit,
fun of-
so
You made fun of a billionaire. Go to jail.
fire Bill Gates, even though I know he doesn't work there anymore. Speaking of delays, there is a rumor. This is a true rumor and not a confirmed thing, but there is a rumor going around. A trumor that there is. Oh, look at my weird lighting here. Ugh. There's a rumor going around that Fable is going to get delayed to 2027, and that sucks.
Yeah, what's another guy that needs to be fired? Peter Molyneux. Get out of here, Peter Molyneux. We're tired of you lying about video games all the time, you liar.
Yeah, does he have anything to do with Fable, with the new Fable reboot, though? I don't think he does.
Yeah, he's doing it, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
No way. I gotta look this up.
Look it up.
Peter Molyneux.
The best part of the show, Googling.
Peter Molyneux was the lead designer for Fable. Oh wait, no, hold on. This is Fable 4.
I'm doing hold music.
Oh,
yes, this is Fable 4.
he wasn't.
Well, there was that VR one, right, or whatever, or did that never come out?
VR is a VR Fable.
Wasn't there? I thought there was.
That sounds like Peter. That sounds like Peter Molyneux's dream. Is to
What's the new one?
Lie it to everyone about VR. Fable 4 is the new one, and Peter Molyneux is not directly involved.
Sounds like you should
Though
have
he
trusted
has
Matthew.
commented.
What do you mean he's commented? What does that mean? Did he comment like, I'm really excited to see what Fable's like without me behind the wheel, or did he comment like, bah, I'm a troll and I'm busy. Come give me your money and I'll change your life by putting you in an app.
He said that he cannot wait to see what Playground Games does with the cherished title, and how delighted he is that the franchise is still just as relevant as ever before.
Ooh, that means that he still makes money off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he said, it makes me so proud to be involved with the brilliant people that made Fable, and we made something that was worthy of someone as brilliant as Playground Games to make it. I hope they make it their Fable and they keep the humor, which means make it my Fable. I'm Peter Molyneux. Thank you very much.
That's a nice statement that I assume means that he still gets some of the back end because he created the original game.
Yeah,
he still gets a piece of it. I'm really excited, and I hope they make a really good game so that they keep making games so that I keep getting money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if he makes some money, who cares? I hope the game is good.
I don't. He doesn't deserve money. He should be working at a goddamn Wendy's. He's ripped off too many people.
That is true.
Hey, did you hear about the Lego Game Boy? Because you wrote it down here in the notes, and I don't know what it means.
The only thing I know about it, because I didn't do a lot of research, is that the Lego Game Boy is up for pre-order, which is going to be another probably like $90 little Lego set. So if you're into Lego and you like Nintendo memorabilia, there you go.
It's kind of neat, I guess. Does it play games? Is it a real Game Boy?
I don't think it functions as anything but a piece of like nerd art.
Then I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's there if you want it.
I don't have the nostalgia for the Game Boy personally. I never had one. But also that like ugly green screen. Give me a break.
I had a hand-me-down Game Boy that like I never got the back to, so the batteries were always exposed.
Mm-hmm. I had a Game Gear, and the batteries died after like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I remember playing my friend Sean's Game Gear, and it was impossible to play it for anything longer than like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It was so excessive that basically my parents were like, "Nah, we're done. Like you've gone through too many batteries. These cost money." One piece of hot gaming news worth bringing up is that Microsoft announced some game prices will be dropping. That's right. The Outer Worlds 2, for example, is dropping from $80 to $70, and they're issuing refunds to people that pre-ordered the game.
Oh, are they giving them refunds of just the $10?
I imagine.
That makes sense. Well,
I want to know more
good
about that,
Microsoft.
and I want to. So you vamp for a minute while I see if I can pull up the article on it.
Okay. Yeah, I think people were really upset when they announced the Outer Worlds 2 price, and I thought it was a little steep too, especially considering the first one's good, but it feels like a $40 game, not like a $60 or $70 or $80 game. But maybe the Outer Worlds 2 is different. I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, but not at $80. You know what I mean? That's expensive. Have you ever bought a game for $80?
No, and I don't like it. The thing is that there are definitely games that I will eventually, if it comes down to it, pay $80 for. But fucking
like what?
Hey, if they whenever they release a new Zelda game, if that thing is $80, I'll pay $80. I'll pay $100. That's just the truth. That's just what it is.
I can't think of a game series that I would. I mean,
Alan Wake 3.
I'm gonna end up paying. Yeah, I'll pay $80 for that.
You would
I don't know that I pay anything more than $80 for that. I guess I paid. I mean, I bought Alan Wake 2 for $80, and then I bought the collector's edition, physical edition with all the bullshit with it for like $150.
I thought there were more
would I pay that much
games,
if I
but I
didn't get all
don't
the stupid
see
bullshit with it?
anything
I don't think
else.
so.
So I guess maybe it was just Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, I think maybe it was just that one. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm gonna delete this one because it's boring.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Why is it there? I
let's
had
see.
one that I thought was pretty interesting, and it's just kind of just kind of some goss, but that Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy collaboration performed so well that they made $200 million in the first day.
Holy cow.
That is how long it took them to make. It took them 6 months to make $200 million on their Lord of the Rings collaboration.
People are going nuts for that card shit now, man. Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering.
I don't feel like Pokemon
people
is
are
as
eating
big
that
as it
stuff up.
used to be. Though
It
there was that
is.
McDonald's thing where they couldn't keep them in the fucking store.
Yeah, people are going nuts for that stuff, man. I just saw there was like a burglary a couple weeks ago of a game shop where like a $20,000 Pokemon card was stolen.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That feels like a bubble, right? Like, that's not going to last.
Oh, it's all a bubble. It's all a
in
bubble.
20
yeah.
years, those things will be worth $10 a piece. It's like comic books.
Yeah.
You know, other than a few of them, which will still be worth a lot. And even then, like, Pokemon cards aren't like fucking Superman comics. Like, they're cards.
Yeah. I don't understand the economics of card games.
Yeah,
but I
it's
know
a
that
collector's
big
bubble.
business.
And like every collector's bubble, it'll burst.
For sure. Yeah, the bottom will fall out, and then it'll take like 10 years for them to be valuable again. Such is the nature of capitalism, my friend, if you really think about it.
All right. Well, I think that's all of our hot game goss. Why don't we move on over to our cool level up segment? Jim, I feel like we need to find more to talk about than the like 3 things we have written down.
Yeah, let's just start and see where we go.
Okay. All right. First, though, I want to go grab a drink. So.
All right, level up. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's level up. Let's talk about something I really needed to do, and I finally did. I'm here to settle the debate. I'm here to put the fight to rest.
Opinion.
Tiebreaker opinion time, because Vanessa's never going to watch it. I finally saw Friendship. That is the new Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd kind of comedy drama. And I fucking loved it. It was so good.
It's so good.
It was so good. It was, I feel like a lot of the comedy was understated. I've heard it described as like a long, I think you should leave skit. And I don't really agree with that.
The way I described it to John, it's like the protagonist, the main character of an I think you should leave skit was the protagonist of like a dramedy that became that and then descended into like that character just fell into like an I think you should leave skit.
Yeah. The end is pretty wild, but like there's a lot of humor, but it's like subtle humor. A lot of it is, and a lot of it's going to live and die on how much you like Tim Robinson, but a lot of it is just like his expressions and his exaggerations and his uses of language that just are so goofy that
some of his like there's a scene where he visits Paul Rudd when he's doing his weatherman thing, and this little kid in like a golfer's costume comes up and he's like, "Are you dressed as a little doll? You want to go smoke a cigarette with me, little doll?" It's like, why?
There's a scene where he is just walking through his office with a 2 full cup of coffee, and it never descends into I think you should leave madness, but it's just silly. It's just silly.
Yeah.
But if you like Vanessa, if you just can't stand that guy's face, like you're not going to enjoy this thing. But the humor was understated. I wasn't like rolling around on the floor laughing, but I was laughing a lot, and I thought it was very funny. And I, just a lot of the little things, like the whole stuff with his wife getting lost, and then he just goes home and like goes to work, and it's the weirdest fucking thing you've ever seen, and it doesn't even really address it. It just happens, and you're just sitting with it. Paul Rudd is not in that movie as much as I thought he would be.
Yeah, no, he's not in a lot of it. Like, there's a lot of really little scenes. I was wanting to ask John this, but I know the answer is no, but maybe you have an opinion. Did you pick up on the weird flower thing? Like, every time someone looked at his wife's flowers, like, they had like an existential moment. Like, there's that one scene where Tim Robinson was looking at his wife's flowers, like, while she was lost in the sewer, and then it cut to him like crying on the floor. And then
I thought that was more of like a trauma thing, that particular scene.
Yeah,
like, I thought that was everything coming to him, looking at the flower and thinking of his wife, and everything kind of coming down on him, of her being lost and him.
But it's weird because there's a scene earlier where she's looking at that exact same plant, and she's like, when you look at this plant, do you just like see everything in the universe? And then later in the film, she's doing a segment on air with Paul Rudd, and he looks at the plant and he's like transfixed by it, like he's staring at it. He's like, that might be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Interesting.
I didn't understand that, like,
I didn't
part
pick,
of it,
or
or
I did
what
not
it was
pick
doing,
that up
but
as much. I had something else I wanted to say here. What was it? Oh, the movie starts by positing the question, will Kate Mara ever have an orgasm again? And that is a great hook for a movie. That had me, and I still don't really know. I mean, it's addressed in the movie,
Yeah,
but I don't, but you don't see it. So, like,
Really?
do you think it happened? Do you know it happened? I think we got to revisit this. So you can tell John and Vanessa aren't on, because nobody's telling me not to talk about Kate Mara's orgasms.
It'll be on the Blu-ray.
And then I really liked the end where just everything blows up, and it's so fucking weird and kind of sad, but also like, he's just an idiot. The guy's just a fucking...
Yeah, I like, because the end is almost like, okay, maybe this guy can be normal. Like,
yeah.
Maybe he's normal now, and he's like figured out that like he needs to just like stop trying so hard. And nope.
No. Then it goes wildly off the rails at the last moment. It just... Yeah. In a good way, though, like in a way where, I felt like it was a satisfying ending, because, like, it's not that he gets his comeuppance, really. It's just that he just fucking he flames out. Even though he has it all in his hands, he can put his life back together. He chooses violence. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I would like to watch it again. Unfortunately, it was a rental, and it's like the 48-hour rental period. But eventually, hopefully it'll hit a streaming service and I can give it another kind of deeper watch. I thought it was fucking great, though. My other level up this week is just something I've talked about before. Murderbot. Did I talk about Murderbot last week? Do you remember?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I had read the first book. I really liked it. The first novella, I should say. I really liked it. That's what that first season of the show was based on. I finished that up recently. I really enjoyed the show. The show's good and well worth checking out if you have Apple. It's always tough for me because I think that Alexander Skarsgård is not a good actor. He's just not a good actor. He's not good at acting.
Yeah.
But he's playing a robot, so his robotness, his stiffness,
and like a stupid robot, kind of. Like,
kind of. He's a smart. I wouldn't say stupid,
but he's playing him as kind of a dummy.
Well, he's playing him honestly, Jim. I think if you I don't know how well it comes across in the show, but I think in the books it's more like he's like on the spectrum, kind of like he's.
Oh, really?
But it's not that he's on the spectrum. It's that he's just so like the way he deals with reality is so different that it comes across like he might be autistic or something. Like it is interesting. It's good. Anyway, I liked the show, and I'm glad it got picked up for a second season. I'll definitely be checking that out. But I did finally start reading the rest of the Murderbot books, and now I'm on the fifth one. I was pleasantly surprised to learn that the second, third, and fourth stories are also novellas. So a novella, which I think we discussed on the show before, is under 40,000 words, and then over that you're a novel. Anyway, so they're shorter, and they're all excellent. And I really appreciate the novella aspect of it because it keeps them tighter and contained, and it's just like a quick. But anyway, I was pleasantly surprised to learn that the fifth one actually was a full-length novel. So I'm in the middle of that now, and I'm fucking loving it. It's fantastic. It does a great job of, they're pretty standard kind of science fiction-y action stories. What makes them fun and well worth reading is that the character himself is just interesting and enjoyable to experience this pretty normal sci-fi universe through his eyes of like, I don't know, it's kind of, kind of like a droid from Star Wars, but like not, because he doesn't want to be like a slave. He's basically a slave. He's property. And it's all about him trying to, breaking out of that and then trying to navigate the universe as an escaped slave, essentially, which is, kind of terrifying. Anyway, they're excellent, and I just wanted to give that a big recommend. Jimmy, I think even you would like those books if you checked them out. They're real short. They're quick reads. You don't usually recommend the sci-fi fantasy stuff I read to you because I know that's not really your wheelhouse, but these are really just like good fun, like quick action movies, kind of.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
With a protagonist that's kind of completely the opposite of what you would expect, and it plays that up very well. He's funny, and they're easy reads, which I do. I always appreciate just like I don't only want to read novellas and short stories and stuff. Like, I like a novel, but sometimes it's nice to just have something that you can just rip through in a fucking day and be like, that was good. That's satisfying.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's how I leveled up. How did you level up, Jamothy?
Let's see. I have finished both games in the Obscure series.
What is
Obscure?
that?
It is a survival horror series. It was on like the PS2 and the Xbox, I think. I don't know. It's kind of Resident Evil-y. It's basically like the video game. Well, the first game is kind of like a video game version of The Faculty, where you play as like different teens trying to solve this mystery of what's going on at this school and why are there like monsters and stuff.
Okay.
And then the second game is a direct sequel to the first, where some of those characters are now in college, and there are other college characters, and the plant monsters are back in the college. So, I don't know that the games aren't good.
Oh, really?
The writing is terrible. It's real like mid 2000s trash.
What do they play like? That's what I kind of am not getting.
Like Resident Evil.
Are they shooters?
Yeah, they're like third-person survival horror, like Silent Hill. They play like Silent Hill.
So these teens are toting guns around and shooting monsters?
Yeah, they're wielding chainsaws. They're firing off shotguns. They're throwing dynamite. It's like a more action-oriented Silent Hill, less scary. But it's pretty fun. The writing is super trashy. Like, the women in the game, like, even the teens are like, they're wearing like the low-rise jeans with the visible thong on the side. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the thong riding up. There's a lot of like male gaze type stuff and really kind of shitty dialogue. There's a scene at the beginning of the second game where you're in the game. You can alternate between two of the teens at a time. So like, you have two with you, and you can kind of switch between them. They all have like special skills. In the beginning of the second game, you're playing as a guy and his girlfriend. And when I was playing the game, when you find the first gun, I was playing as the girlfriend, and the dialogue when I picked it up from the boyfriend was like, "Guess I'm not shooting my load tonight, huh, babe?" like, come on.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, those games are fun. That's pretty much all that I did. I was gonna go see Eddington, but I was like, I don't have the energy to see Eddington.
I watched last night. I let my son pick a movie. He's a teenager. I let him pick a movie. He's been asking me to watch the Scary Movie for a while. Scary Movie, the movie. And I really,
like the first Scary Movie?
Yeah, and I really did not want to. Because I remember it being just terrible. And we watched it, and it was not a pleasant experience for me. It's only sex jokes. It is just blowjobs, pussies, and in whatever. Like, it's gross.
Did you have to pause the movie at the "what's up" scene to like be like, all right, this is what that was all about?
Jim, that was 90% of the movie was references to movies and stuff he hadn't seen, which I told him at the beginning of the movie. I was like, well, we can watch this. You want to watch it? We'll watch it. But it's mostly going to be referencing. Like, there was a Blair Witch reference. He didn't have any idea what was going on. He thought the snot coming out of the woman's nose was funny, but he didn't know what was going on. You know, half the movie is an I Know What You Did Last Summer reference. You think it's a Scream, it's all Scream, but it's not. It's Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer and Blair Witch and, you know, other bullshit thrown. And it's just, and honestly, like, let's just say it. It's fucking filled with just racist jokes that, you know, I don't know. It's a Wayans Brothers movie, so like I feel like it feels like can you even call it that? But God, they're just racist jokes. Aha, aren't black people shitty? Is half the jokes in the movie, and all the rest are blowjobs and cum and fucking your mom.
Matt, I'm not sure if you've heard the news, but there is actually a new scary movie in production.
Can't wait to never watch that one. Can't wait.
It'll be out next summer, buddy.
Boy, you know what? I bet that's going to be a big fat fucking flop. Because I don't think anybody gives a shit about those things anymore. I'm kind of excited for this Naked Gun movie. I'm not sure it's going to be funny. I know that it's. I think it's directed by one of the Lonely Island guys.
It was written by Akiva Schaffer.
Yeah.
Did he also direct it?
I think he also directed it, or maybe he is the producer on it. Like, that's a good sign. But I still just don't know that it's going to work.
I think so too.
I might go see it. It's kind of going to come down to the reviews. Like, if all the reviews are like, nah, it just kind of stinks, then I'm just not going to go see it. I don't know. I watched the original Naked Gun with Connor recently, just in kind of preparation. Like, if this movie's good, I'll take. If I hear the new one's good, I'll take him to see it. But what we should be talking about is the Fantastic Four movie, but neither of us are cool enough to have seen it yet.
Well, it hasn't come out yet. Came out today.
Yeah.
Actually, it's doing its first showings like right now. Actually, I have tickets to go see it tomorrow.
I don't think I'm going to see it this weekend. I want to, but I don't think I got the time. I think I'm busy fucking all weekend. Maybe Sunday afternoon.
It looks like it's going to be a big release. I think it's going to be bigger than people. Like, the Alamo was almost completely sold out.
Yeah.
Like, I had trouble finding seats.
The reviews look good.
Like yeah.
I just don't give a shit about the Fantastic Four.
Me either.
I don't know who does. I mean, I think that of all the superheroes, even though for a long time they were considered Marvel's most popular characters, I think of all the superheroes, I think that's of all the A-list superheroes, let's say, think those are the ones that the majority of people just don't give a shit about.
I mean,
give me the X-Men.
It's not very interesting.
Give me Superman and Batman. Fucking Fantastic Four. Anywho, hey, all right. Well, that's it for our level ups and our hot gaming.
Hey.
Yeah.
Speaking of comic books.
I've heard of those.
Speaking of comic books.
What about comic books?
Wait, did we already set up Superman? Have we already segued into Superman? We just got waylaid by other movies?
No, we got to do the stream plugs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of comic books... Speaking of books, usually we do our stream plug here. I'm going to do it, but I also wanted to give a shout out. Friend of the show, longtime supporter of the show, Artie, has released a Forgotten Realms themed cookbook that you can purchase now over at the Dungeon Masters Guild. It is called The Forgotten Realms Wiki Presents Juniper's Companion to Venturesome Cookery. He's been posting recipes and creations online for a long time, and frankly, it all looks pretty fucking amazing. And I just wanted to give a shout out and say, go check that out. It's got a ton of great art in it. It's not just pictures of food. I know that he's got a boy, I'm gonna have to Here we go. Hang on. I'll have to cut this so it sounds better. It features a foreword by the Forgotten Realms creator Ed Greenwood, an article on halflings by Stephen E. Shend, and lore and lyrics for a new Realms song by Eliza Vida, musician of TV, movies, and also of Dragon Age Inquisition. She was I think she was the bard in Dragon Age Inquisition that you kept running into. Do you remember that?
That's fun. I do remember that.
She sang little songs. Anyway, that's all pretty interesting and fun. And we just want to tell people to go check that out. And also, if you want to check something out, check out our cool YouTube channel, I guess. Page?
Channel. It's a channel. Yeah. We stream some cool games on there.
We have a regular-ish Wednesday night stream where I am currently streaming Secret of Evermore. I was off last week due to some personal stuff, but we'll be back this week rather, with more Secret of Evermore. Jim has been streaming a ton of random, mostly survival horror games to the channel. As he just mentioned, he played the entire Obscure series recently, as well as just a shitload of other stuff. There's a ton of content on there now. It's all free. Go check it out. It's great. Listen, not to be super self-depreciating, but it's great background stuff, in my opinion. You watch the South Park games, you can watch the Silent Hill remake, all sorts of stuff that we've done, different RPGs, Final Fantasy VI, Illusion of Gaia. John did Snatcher, which is a Hideo Kojima game, an old Hideo Kojima game that was an interesting... I'd never even heard of it, and it was definitely interesting to see. There's a ton of content, and it is great background stuff, or, single screen if you're really dedicated. I don't know. But we want you all to check that out. Also, Johnny has released a new video over at Bears and Games Neo. What was that about, Jim? You don't know.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
I did. I don't fucking remember. Hang on. He released a new video about Need for Speed Most Wanted for the PlayStation Vita. A review of Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PlayStation Vita. Weird choice, Johnny, but it was a good video and I enjoyed it. And we definitely think you should go check that out and all the rest of his cool videos, like his Kubert Opens World series, where he reviews drivey shooty open world action games, as he phrases it, his history of queer gaming, and his Switch and other console reviews. That is Bears and Games Neo, and please go give that a like and subscribe right now, right this second. Pause the show. Go. We'll give you a minute. It's fine.
Yeah, do it.
What's going on over there, Jim? Got your drums set up? You gonna play some drums for us?
Actually, I've tried to play the drums, and I don't know if it's a noise canceling on the microphone. Just won't pick it up. I was playing earlier this morning, though.
Wow. Sounds like that microphone's a real piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Put it in the trash.
Fucking snap it in two.
Mm-hmm. Snap it in dose.
Superman.
All right. Speaking of comic books, you ever heard of Superman?
I have heard of Superman.
Did you know it's woke now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Too bad. I used to love Superman. I used to read it all the time. I read every issue ever written of Superman, and then it went woke, and I had to stop,
Superman loved tax breaks for billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
He loved alligator Alcatraz. I think that was actually a term that was coined by Superman.
That is a term from a Superman comic.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that. We're going to talk about Superman. Before we dive into the spoilers, we should give our mini non-spoilery reviews like we like to do when we do this for a bonus episode, just in case anybody's still listening that's seen it and wants to hear a thumbs up or thumbs down before they turn it off. What did you think, Jim?
I had a great time watching this movie. It's just the experience of watching it was good. It made me feel good. I came out of the theater feeling like $1 million. I like the movie a lot. But I think the more it got into like real world stuff, the less it kind of worked for me. Every time it tried to like have a real world political analog, I was just like, fuck man, that's like so depressing. And also like it doesn't need to be in this movie really. But other than that, like I thought it was great. I thought the whole cast was great. Some of the stuff I thought was like a little bit too cartoony for me personally. But overall I thought it was really great.
There's a big debate raging online right now about this is such a mild spoiler that I'm going to say it now, even though because it's nothing, and I'm not going to talk about what happens around it. But there's a very mild debate going on right now about whether or not Superman should have saved that squirrel.
Who gives a shit?
I know.
I think he could have saved the squirrel, so he did.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that.
Well, I will just say I feel very similar to Jim. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I took my son to see it, and it had such a positive message that that made me feel very good, and I really enjoyed being able to talk with him after the movie about what I liked about the message of the movie. Plot-wise, I would say it's very similar to the original Superman movie, which is a little weird. Like... which Superman Returns was as well. So this would be the third time we've kind of done a very similar thing. It was a little overstuffed, and it's in a way that like it's weird because I don't mind the overstuffed. I like the throw you in headfirst aspect of it quite a bit. But at the same time, like by the time I got to the end of the movie, I was like, oh my God, just wrap up this fucking plot. Like I was having a great time, but also like, okay, like I get it. Like there's just too much going on kind of, but not in a way that ruins the movie at all. Just maybe marks it down a half a star. I definitely, for me, it's the best Superman movie I've ever seen. I'm not a fan of the Donner Supermans. I know that for some people that's blasphemous. They're just too fucking old and silly. I don't care how much you like that first Superman movie. He turns back time by spinning the Earth in reverse. It's fucking ridiculous. He kisses Lois Lane's memory away. It's stupid. I get that the originals are more Silver Age Superman-y, and this is not. But anyway, and Superman Returns is meh, and the Snyder ones they're just not very good. I've said I'm a defender for years. I love the Snyderverse movies. I think they're fucking a great fun time. I think they're some of the worst put together movies I've ever seen in my life. Whoever wrote that script should have been slapped in the face and never given a job again.
Like, are you in the camp of like Henry Cavill was a great Superman in a bad Superman movie?
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like that seems to be the most common sentiment about those movies. Is that Henry Cavill, fantastic. Everything around him, pretty shitty.
I mean, I think Cavill, I always pronounce it Cavill, but I could be wrong.
Maybe it is Cavill,
I think he's a great Superman. I think I'm a big Amy Adams fan, and I think she's great as Lois Lane. I really like Ben Affleck as Batman. Yeah. I think that they're just not given good scripts. They're not given good movies. The action scenes are fucking fantastic. I think the actors have chemistry together that works really well. I really hated the Whedon cut of Justice League, and I was not, I hope this goes without saying. To be honest with you, I was not part of the Release the Snyder Cut campaign, but I did watch it when it came out, and I liked it so much I watched it several times. Not in one sitting because it's very long, but it's super long. It's so stupid. It's so fucking weird, but that's okay. But I prefer this optimistic, hopeful Superman to that dark, dour bullshit that we got. I do think Cavill was a great Superman. I think Corn Sweat is a great Superman. And I'm fine to have him replaced. Like, it is what it is. Go do something else, Cavill. I love him. I think he's great. I hope he does that Warhammer thing. I heard rumors that he might be in something. Marvel and Disney and Warner Brothers have talked about bringing him back as a superhero in either of their universes. I would be super down for that. He would do a great Hyperion if you really want to riff on the Superman thing in Marvel. I think the most boring that I think is fun, but I think the most boring take is to have him come in as an alternate universe Superman in the DC universe. Get fucked with that shit.
Stop doing that shit. I don't care. I don't want any more multiverse characters.
No, I agree with you.
Fucking throw that shit in the garbage.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're gonna. I hope that Marvel is ending the multiverse stuff with Doomsday and Secret Wars. I've read the comic books I think it's based on, so I already have a pretty good idea of how it's going to go down. I do really hope that that's fucking it. Like, they've killed it and really killed them. Marvel's really killed itself with just some of the shit they've put out over the last few years.
It just makes everything feel irrelevant to me.
I don't mind it. That's not something that bothers me so much. It's just that that's all that everything's about, and I'm tired of it. It's not interesting anymore. It's not fun. Go do something more interesting. Anyway, but still, just a big thumbs up on the movie. I think it's great. If you haven't seen it, I think you should. If you hate superhero movies, this isn't going to change your mind. If you can't stand Superman, I don't know. I don't know how you can't stand Superman. I don't get it. Like, some of that's... I have things to say about that, but it's spoiler chat, so we won't get into it. But the movie makes the case for Superman, and it makes it successfully as far as I'm concerned. So that's our Superman pre-spoiler chat reviews. And from this point
we both
forward,
recommend, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and worth pointing out, Johnny also went and saw it. He's on vacation this month, so he's not here to talk about it. He hated it. I believe he referred to it as meh. He referred to it as a mess. He complained about how woke it was. DEI Superman. He couldn't stand it. So whatever. And Vanessa refused to see it. She says she hates Superman. She hates joy. She hates fun. And she won't participate.
She said she's boycotting because Jared Leto didn't get cast as Superman.
Weird to think that the rumors, not rumors, the confirmed thing going around is that Nicholas Hoult did audition for Superman, because
so did Jimmy Olsen.
Oh my God. No.
The Jimmy Olsen character said he did his auditioning as for Superman, and they offered him the Jimmy Olsen role.
Like, get a fucking clue. Here's thing number one. I need my superheroes to be big, beefy fucking dudes. I don't, not the, even the women. I want Wonder Woman to be tall and big. I don't want her to look like she looks good. She should be in a swimsuit issue. I want her to look like she can beat the shit out of somebody. It's a big complaint of mine when I watched Brave New World recently. I really like Anthony Mackie. I think he's great, and I thought he was great in the Captain America movies. I just don't like him in the role of the Falcon Captain America. He's just a little guy. He's just such a little guy. He's not even superpowered. He's just a little dude. It doesn't work for me. It takes me out. All right, anyway. We are now going to get into Spoiler Town. So if you have not seen the movie and you have any concerns about being spoiled, because we're going to talk about every scene we're going to break down, every moment, every line of dialogue. I have the script in front of me. I have James Gunn waiting on a hold. I'm going to call him up. We're going to ask him some questions. I just really think that, I don't know why people think it's woke. I just don't get it.
If you think about it, the real racism is against white people.
It's not. I don't think that's James Gunn.
Sorry, James Gunn.
All right. Well, this week we're calling it the Superlog. Which is what I imagine Superman.
Superlog.
I imagine what Superman calls it when he poops. Hey Lois, just dropped another Superlog.
Well, he does in the movie say his least favorite nickname is Super Shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, Jim, that was my biggest complaint about the movie, other than being kind of overstuffed, which is kind of a flaw. Is a flaw. There was just like a lot of crude humor, and like I don't mind a crude humor at all. But, like, I just don't need it in my fucking Superman movie. I don't need Superman saying shit. You should be able to take your fucking 5-year-old to see a Superman movie and not worry, which I think most parents today don't care about language. But at the same time, it aggravates me. Like, just, it doesn't add anything to the movie.
So I was thinking about this today, because I was like, I was thinking about, like, when I saw Superman, I really liked it, but I was like, would I... Like, is this a movie I would go back or like watch when it comes out again? Because I was like, in my mind, I was like, is it a family film or is it like an action film? Because like it's like 25% family and like 75% like adult like PG-13 action.
Yes.
I'll say.
Yeah.
But like there is like some like some of that family film stuff that kind of comes up in the movie, but there is a lot more like adult stuff, I guess.
I just think in general with Superman, that's your main character. That I just don't need the super shits and Superman calling somebody an asshole. I just don't need it. I don't think it adds anything to the movie. I just don't.
Should the Superman movies be family movies?
Well, I don't really. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really understand what you meant by any of that. What are you talking about?
It was like, because you take your kids to go see Superman, but at the same time, like, there's like 100 shots of David Cornsweet getting his face rammed into the concrete at like 100 miles an hour. So
it's mostly bloodless, and what blood there is very little. It's cartoonish action. It's nothing you wouldn't see if you turned on fucking Nickelodeon right now.
But it's I guess what I'm saying. It's weird that you have an issue with the language, but not like the extreme. Cartoony, albeit, but like extreme violence.
I just don't think it's that extreme. I don't think the violence is that extreme. If somebody was, bleeding all over the place and their guts were hanging out, but it's not. I think this isn't that much different than what you would catch in a fucking Super Friends episode. Like they hit each other, they fly around. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking old and crotchety. I love the movie, and you didn't ask it, but to answer it, will I watch it when it comes out? I mean, I want to go see it in theaters again, just for the fucking hell of it, because I liked it. But will I watch it when it comes out again? I mean, I like these movies. I still turn the Marvel movies on, not all of them, but just kind of pick through my favorites. I still watch the Justice League and Batman vs Superman movie. I bet when this thing comes out, I'll watch it 15 fucking times. But for me, it's like I'll watch it over 3 nights when I get in bed, and I'll turn it on and just kind of want to look at something for 45 minutes, and then I'll. But yeah, I'll watch it again.
Okay. I mean, I'll probably watch it again, but I was like, I don't know. It just got me thinking about like, who is this movie for?
It's funny how that works. Like Deadpool and Wolverine, I loved. Have not watched it fucking once since it came out.
I tried to rewatch it again. Amanda and I both tried. It was like sat down and we're like, "Hey, this was really funny when we saw it in theaters." And watching it at home, it was just like, I don't have the patience for Ryan Reynolds in my own home.
Yeah,
in the theater, I'll give it to him.
I do think comedies are tougher because jokes don't hold up as well the second time, the third time.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that movie 3 fucking times in theaters. That's crazy.
But I was because I went with people 3 different times. Like I went and saw it with Amanda, and then we took kids, and then I think we took more kids.
You got too many kids. It's time to start putting them to work and getting them out of the house. So we're beating around the bush here. Superlog, Superman. Yeah. The movie starts by telling us the movie starts with, it's not a crawl. I don't know, but with some screen text.
It's a scroll, yeah.
That tells us that, well, I don't have it written down, but 300 years ago,
metahumans
appeared, and 30 years ago, something happened. Superman landed on Earth, and 3 years ago, Superman revealed himself to the world, and 3 minutes ago, Superman lost his first fight.
Yeah.
And you get that scene that everybody saw in the trailers of Superman flying and landing in the Arctic, all beat up and calling Krypto to come drag him home.
A lot of crypto in the movie.
There's a lot of crypto in the movie, and I just don't care for Bitcoin or Palisade or any of that stuff. Trump coin, fuck no. I don't need it. No, crypto's great. Honestly, I think some people I heard didn't need that much crypto. I fucking loved crypto.
It was fine.
He gets taken back to the Fortress of Solitude or whatever and healed with some yellow sun rays. We get introduced to all of the Superbots. This is some straight out of the 70s, 60s Superman stuff. His Fortress of Solitude and his goofy Superbots. I don't know. That are all dressed like they've all got the Superman shield and the capes, and it's fun to see this type of stuff. I like it when these superhero movies lean into the weird aspects of superheroes. I think the more they try to make them more realistic and like relatable, I think the more they kind of fail.
Yeah, I agree with you. I kind of don't want to see anybody using an iPhone in a superhero movie. Like have a fucking goofy comic book communicator thing.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I don't want to see a
wristwatch, a wrist radio.
Yeah.
Right here at the top of the movie, my favorite line in the whole movie happens, which is after he gets healed and he gets up, he looks around and the Fortress of Solitude is trashed. And the robots tell him, the Superman robots tell him, well, the dog has been going nuts. And he looks at Crypto and says, what the hey, dude? And that legitimately, for me, was the best line in the movie. He should have said it 6 more times. It really made me laugh. My brother, my son, and I have been repeating it to each other for weeks. Like, that's the best thing that happens in the movie.
Yeah, so you see him get healed by the sun rays, and then he charges back into the fray. I liked this part especially, the perspective you get of him flying. There's some where it's like Superman POV as he's shooting through the crowd, and then the camera does like a 180, and it's like right on David Corenswet as he's flying through the clouds. It's a really cool depiction of like a superhero soaring through the air. I thought that was very neat.
It does look fantastic. It's funny because that is one of the few things I would say Man of Steel did really well. And if you recall, it was like when he took off, he would have like a jet stream or something behind him, like a sonic boom, and it was really fucking cool. And this doesn't do that, but it does its own thing, and it's really interesting. Like it's the same thing where you really feel it. Like he's really zipping around. He goes back to Metropolis and fights this Cyclopsy-looking robot guy. The premise here is that a few weeks ago, a few weeks ago, Superman intervened in a conflict in the Middle East by basically landing and blowing up a bunch of tanks and scaring off an invading army, and then flying to the capital of this country, Baravia, and snatching the president and holding him kind of hostage for a moment.
Into submission.
Yeah, terrorizing him into submission. And now this Hammer of Baravia superhero has come to kind of take revenge, and he's beating the shit out of Superman. But we quickly learned that things aren't what they seem, and that in reality, Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, who, for me, standout actor in the movie, standout star of the movie, kind of steals the movie. I found him terrifying. He's too real almost. Like he's not doing like I'm a Donald Trump thing, which I appreciate. I would have fucking hated that.
Yeah. Me too.
He is doing just a Lex Luthor supervillain, but the movie doesn't really bother to explain to you why he fucking hates him. It does. It tells you like he hates him because
he's a xenophobe.
Yeah, but he hates him. He hates him because he's jealous. It's all jealousy.
Yeah. That's pretty plain too. You get that at the very end of the movie where he's just like, you're just fucking jealous.
Yeah. Anyway, it turns out that Lex and a team of like engineers or whatever are directing this guy. They've been studying Superman. They've recorded all of his fights. They have a game plan. They've got 700 moves or something like that they use, and they call them out. B1, A25, telling this guy what to do. And he beats the shit out of Superman, and then he flies off. Superman does definitely do a lot of, like, he's less trying to beat this dude and more trying to keep him from hurting anybody, which was a big complaint from Man of Steel. I don't know. Like, it works. That's what you expect Superman, or really any superhero, to be doing, unless they're like a fucking Batman anti-hero stuck in the night. Like, you expect them to be trying to protect people and not just beating the shit out of whoever dares to challenge them, like in the fucking Snyder movies.
Yeah, that's a big thing where there's like Superman punches Zod, and like he flies through 900 skyscrapers.
Yeah. It's like a Godzilla movie. It's like a disaster movie.
Yeah.
It's like a disaster movie that the guy didn't realize he was making, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. Like he never considered the horror of what that actually would be like in a post 9/11 society, post 9/11 America. Anyway, people are questioning Superman and his whole hand in this stopping this thing in the Middle East, and then we get a scene at the Daily Planet. We meet Jimmy. This was the one thing that didn't work for me that seemed to work for a lot of people, is that Jimmy's like he's not like a pickup artist, but like women are just obsessed with him, and he is just some doofy looking guy. I don't get it, Jim. Yeah. I don't understand.
I think it's funny, and I like that actor a lot. He's in Uncut Gems, or not Uncut Gems. Sorry, The Righteous Gemstones. He's been in a couple other things. He's a funny actor. I think he's good in the movie.
I do think it's played as a joke. It's not like it's super serious, but it just kind of, it was a little weird to me. I was like, I didn't quite get it.
I think to your I think there's a few too many gags in the movie. It feels like every character has a gag, especially every character at the Daily Planet. They all have a fucking gag, and I kind of don't need it.
Kat Grant's gag is that she's got the best pair of tits I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Holy cow.
Sorry, listeners. It's crazy. James Gunn has got a fucking hard-on for busty women in tight sweaters. Like every single one of his fucking movies. It's crazy.
And she doesn't even really have that many lines in the movie. She's just like kind of bouncing around in the background.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, the camera lovingly watches her bounce up and down for a minute, and just for no other reason than be like, tits are cool, right? Like, it's wild. And I don't have a complaint about that. I don't. I can very well imagine others having a complaint. I will say, I do feel like this movie is a little misogynist, actually. It kind of is. The Kat Grant stuff, the Miss Testamacher stuff. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Anyway, we get a scene of Clark at the Daily Planet. Lois is heckling him about another interview he has done with Superman. She's kind of questioning, like, it's weird how you always get these interviews with Superman. But then we cut to Lois's apartment as she gets home, and who's there? Oh, it's Clark, and it's quickly revealed she knows who he is, and they are dating. I like that. I don't like the Lois's. I don't like the Superman hiding his identity from Lois thing. I think that it was maybe something that was interesting a long time ago that has now been done to death so much that I just fucking hate it in everything I see it in.
It's kind of like the death of Batman's parents. Like we've seen it a million fucking times.
Yeah, we don't need him hiding his identity and her figuring it out. We've seen it. It just doesn't work anymore. Anyway, I think one of the best scenes in the movie, which is just Clark and Lois, and she starts kind of talking to him about, you won't sit down for a real interview with Superman. You're just interviewing yourself, and there are like big ethical concerns about that. And he agrees to sit down for a recorded on the record interview with Lois, and then they fight over it. And I thought this scene worked super well.
The core of their argument is basically Lois is like questioning his authority to like interject himself into like geopolitical conflicts that have like far-reaching consequences, and him being Superman he's like, I don't think about things in those terms. I saw people that were about to die, and so I intervened so they wouldn't die. He's like, I kind of don't have any consideration for like the geopolitics of what I'm doing. I'm just saving people. And so they kind of butt heads like ideologically or philosophically on that.
Yeah. I like, and she really she drags it out of him that she's asking him, what did you do? He said, well, I went and grabbed the leader of this country and I flew him out to the desert. And I told him that I would like him to stop. And if he didn't, that he'd have to deal with me. And she's like, you just sat him down and talked to him. He said, well, I stuck him to a cactus, which is pretty fucked up, actually. And the way Lois phrases it is like, you threatened to kill this guy if he does this again. And of course, Superman Clark is like, I mean, I'm not going to kill him. I don't kill people. I'm not a killer. But, that's what it looks like, Clark. It's a great scene. It really sets up, I think, it sets the movie, it sets the table for the movie. It sets the table for both of these characters and their perspectives, which are not quite the same, even though they're in a relationship.
I wish they had done this in a way that didn't make me think about the actual stuff and the going on in the Middle East.
I wish James Gunn came out and said that this was all written before all that stuff really popped off. So it's it wasn't intentional. Yeah. I don't know what you do about that. Like, you're already filming the movie. How do you radically change a huge plot point like this?
I get, yeah, that's true. But like, also, it's weird how they're so similar. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like the imagery of it and the politics of it are so similar.
I don't know, man. Like, I got thoughts about that as well. When we finally get to see, I don't remember what the name of the country is that Boravia was invading, but when we finally get to see
it's like
it's like
Jarman.
Yeah.
It's like Jarmanpar or something like that.
It is just people standing around in a desert. Like, there's not even a city. It's kind of fucking racist.
I thought the same thing. I was like, where are these people coming from? Did they just come out of the ground?
Yep. It's very weird. It's very weird. Anyway, Luther is using this situation to kind of further his own agenda and build mistrust against Superman. Luther is basically, I mean, we're talking spoilers, right? We can kind of just say what he's doing. Yeah.
He's basically manufactured this whole Boravia-Jarmanpar conflict in order to draw Superman in and turn the public against him, and profit, but also find a reason to kill Superman.
Yeah, I would say that's kind of
as Lex Luthor.
I would say that's kind of a big late movie twist, is that the movie leads you to believe slowly that Luthor has done this, and he's done it because he's going to profit by Boravia is going to give him half of this country they're going to invade, and he can make it his own little personal, hell or whatever, or personal, what's BioShock? What's the city called in BioShock that you're at underwater?
Rapture,
his own personal rapture. But then at the end of the movie, Luther kind of twists it around and it's like, no, you misunderstand. That's just a bonus. I did this so that I can fucking kill you, which is it's a good twist in the late movie to kind of really hammer home his desires and his goals.
I feel like it made him like a much darker character, I think. Because you think he's just, I'm just like a billionaire jerk that, wants my own little country. But no, he's just fucking wants to kill Superman.
Yeah, he just fucking hates Superman, which I like. Hatred. And I like that they don't get into it really. Like, they've always, in the comics over the years, they always tried to come up with all these stupid fucking excuses. For a long time, he hated Superman because Superman was the reason he lost all of his hair, which is really fucking stupid.
That's funny.
And I really just like this modern perspective of, like, he just fucking hates him. He just looks at him and he's jealous and wants the spotlight on himself and isn't happy that Superman is, that people love Superman more than him, and just hates his fucking guts.
I think the way he says it is he feels like Superman has taken away the spotlight that he earned his entire life. He's like, I've actually achieved things. You just came here from outer space.
Yeah. So Luthor unleashes a kaiju on the city of Metropolis.
Oh yeah. We should maybe we could also say, like, after he gets healed in his Fortress of Solitude, Luthor is able to track him down, find out where his Fortress of Solitude is.
That's right.
Breaks in and we didn't say, like, Clark's thing that kind of helps him, that gives him hope is this message from his parents.
That's true. That's a good point. Is that when he's being healed, they play a recording of his parents, his birth parents' last words, which are a message of hope and inspiration to go forth and to be a good person on this new world. However, the breaking into the Fortress of Solitude thing happens because Luthor unleashes a kaiju on the city of Metropolis.
Yeah.
And while Superman is fighting this kaiju, Luthor, this masked character named Ultraman, who we know is the man that was actually in the Knight of Boravia suit at the beginning of the movie, and Luthor break into the Fortress of Solitude. A couple of things that I want to say here. Number one, let's just do it in order. The Superman fights a kaiju fight. I fucking loved it. They take this opportunity to introduce Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern, the worst Green Lantern, Nathan Fillion, who fucking nails this role to perfection. If you are a comic book reader, you know that Guy Gardner is the asshole of the DC universe, and that is what he is here, and it really fucking works. As well as Hawk Girl, who I fucking love. Big fan of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. She's the standout character in that show. She's great here. And Mr. Terrific, who when he first showed up on screen, I was like, come on.
Yeah, he's in his robo chair.
His robo chair. I'm familiar with Mr. Terrific. I've read him in comics. I've seen him in the CW shows. When he showed up here, I legitimately was like, oh boy, this is floating around in the air in like a robotic chair. It's very strange. I thought he was disabled when he first showed up, because why else would he be floating around like that? But he's not.
I guess what's he gonna do? Hang on to a sphere
or stand, or just stand,
or just stand on one? No, that would be hard to do.
Anywho, as Superman and this group who call themselves the Justice Gang fight off this kaiju, I like this a lot. Superman is trying not to kill this thing. He's trying to get it out of the city. He's trying to save the people of Metropolis. And then the Justice Gang shows up and they don't care. They're your more typical superhero that just, I'm going to fucking kill this monster. What do I care? And it really gives us a good juxtaposition of Superman versus other superheroes where he cares. He doesn't just want to murder this thing. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know why it's here. He just wants to stop it and keep everybody safe, but not necessarily kill this thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, Luthor, Ultraman, and the Engineer, and that is the Engineer comic readers will know from the comic book The Authority, which is interesting and cool, fly to the Fortress of Solitude and break right in. Now, at this point in the movie, I instantly knew the big twist about Ultraman, and I imagine a lot of other people did as well.
Because he gets him into the Fortress of Solitude.
Yes, they walk up to the front door of the Fortress of Solitude. It's DNA locked to Superman's DNA. They say that clearly, and yet the door just opens. And Lex is just like, I'm just that cool, or whatever he says. I'm just that good. The Engineer's asking him, how the fuck did you do that? And all I can think is there's a man in a mask whose face we can't see. He looks a lot like the dude from the fucking Boys TV series.
Yeah.
Too much like the dude from the Boys TV series. Anyway, and so I instantly was like, that's a clone
name? Black Noir?
Yeah, Black Noir. I was instantly like, and this big spoiler here, this is a clone of Superman. Ultraman is a clone of Superman. They're not going to reveal that until the end of the movie. It was fucking obvious. Too obvious, to be perfectly frank. And I kind of half expected it just from the trailers, still. 15 minutes into the movie, and I was like, okay, I got it. I get you. They go in, they break in, they infiltrate his Kryptonian computers, they fight off the super robots and Krypto, they kidnap Krypto, and they extract this message from his...
the whole message.
They extract this message from Superman's birth parents and are able to recover the last few lines that Superman had never heard because it was broken. He only had half the message, and so Luthor is able to fix it and get the full message. And what's the full message, Jim?
It is your mission is to rule over the humans on planet Earth. Take as many wives as you want. Seed the population with your Kryptonian sperm. This is a big break from the comics, from anything else we've seen in the movies. And it is, I think, a pretty interesting wrinkle. I really fully expected the movie to walk it back at some point, and it never fucking did, which shocked me. As soon as they were like, I've never seen the other half, I'm like, they're going to play it at the very end, and it's going to be like, be a great person.
Yeah, well, that's not what it was.
It's definitely not what it was.
This is some clearly taking some inspiration from Invincible, which is entirely inspired by Superman. So that's pretty funny. Luthor releases this whole thing, and right as Superman, he basically immediately uploads it to the web, and right as Superman is wrapping up this fight with this kaiju, this comes out. Superman flies down. He's in the crowd, and somebody hands him his phone and shows him the message, and he's devastated. Public opinion completely fucking turns against Superman, and now many people Superman. Don't trust him and think that he is trying to conquer the Earth.
Yeah, they say he has a harem of wives.
Yeah, they say everybody's talking about him having a harem of wives, which is weird. Luthor uses this to convince the government to allow him to arrest Superman, which he does, and he throws Superman into a pocket dimension that we've seen him use a few times as like a teleportation type thing.
Here's where I'll be upfront. I like Metamorpho as a character. I think they do a lot of fun stuff with Metamorpho. All this shit in the Pocket Universe, the anti-proton stream, this is where my eyes kind of started to glaze over a little bit.
Yeah, it's it's too much.
This is fucking Cartoon Town.
It doesn't add much to the movie. You don't really need this.
No, it just felt like, just cut.
Yeah.
Cut it.
There's a lot of information is revealed here, which is that Lex Luthor A has a pocket universe that he's created, that B, he is holding a bunch of people in.
Like political prisoners,
ex-girlfriends. Crypto is here. Luthor, this is what I thought was a weird thing to do, and that they must be doing intentionally for later movie setup, is that Luthor's talking to the government, and they say, the only thing that can hurt him is kryptonite, and there's no more kryptonite. That's weird. Is it just an excuse to get Metamorpho in there? We're never going to see kryptonite again in the rest of these movies? Is this James Gunn saying, listen, I know you people are sick of fucking kryptonite. I'm sick of it. We're not going to do kryptonite.
Yeah, maybe.
Since there's no kryptonite, he has the Metamorpho, the Element Man, along for the ride, sitting in the prison cell with Superman, and Metamorpho has created kryptonite out of his body because that's what he does, and he keeps Superman knocked out. You find out that he's doing this because his son is also held captive in this pocket.
Is Metamorpho an alien? Why does he have a little green kid?
I don't know.
Is that a comic book thing? The green kid?
I don't know. We're talking C-list. We're talking C-list DC characters that I don't know much about.
Because his son is being held hostage by
Baby Joey
Luthor. Yeah, who says that he will shoot it. He's gonna execute this kid if Metamorpho doesn't keep Superman weak, which is pretty crazy. He also straight up executes a dude in front of Superman.
Yeah, he does.
I was like, holy cow.
He does execute a dude in front of Superman. He's trying to get information out of Superman, and he kidnaps somebody that Superman had spoken to earlier in the movie, just a street vendor that he was friendly with. And he brings him in, threatens to kill him. He's playing Russian roulette with the guy, and oops, shoots him with the second bullet. Superman, I don't really remember the content of this. What was he trying to learn from Superman? It's like he was asking him his real identity. I don't remember what it was. Though there's a great line where he's like, maybe the next person I'll bring will be that little reporter you're so close with, and you're, as somebody that's been watching the movie, you're like, oh shit, Lois Lane, and he goes, Clark Kent, and that's hilarious. You're not gonna find him, bud. I got bad news for you.
What is he trying to get out of Superman?
I don't remember.
Yeah, interesting. I don't remember either. That's weird. I also Googled it. Metamorpho's son is the son of him and Sapphire Stagg, who's Simon Stagg's daughter.
Do you think that's the woman we saw at the end of the movie with Metamorpho?
Oh, maybe. Maybe that was Simon Stagg's daughter. Simon Stagg was just a rich industrialist guy in Gotham City, right?
I don't know. I don't recognize that name.
Simon Stagg is in Batman Arkham Knight.
Okay.
As the rich dude who's in the thing in the air.
Let's see. So this pocket universe stuff happens. Lois goes to the Justice Gang headquarters, which is the Hall of Justice, which does look like the one from fucking Super Friends, which I loved.
It looks pretty cool.
I love this. She tries to convince the three members of the Justice Gang to help her, but they refuse. But then Mr. Terrific, mostly because he wants to piss off Guy Gardner, which makes sense, does end up helping her out, flying her to the last place Superman was located, and they break into the pocket universe. This is when Mr. Terrific has his breakout scenes. And if nothing else, the pocket universe stuff, I'm completely on board with you. Doesn't add much and it's kind of too much. But it does give us this great fucking Mr. Terrific dynamic. He's fucking great. Jim, explain this whole fucking scene of them breaking into the army base.
Yeah, so one of the things I love about Mr. Terrific's character, he just kind of is like, I don't give a fuck, and just kind of does whatever he wants. So they kind of march into this like military encampment where Lex Luthor has his pocket universe particle accelerator thing, and just kind of walks in, and they're like immediately seized upon by guards. And this is where he gets his like big power showcase, because he's using his T-spheres to basically knock all of these guys around the battlefield around him, while he kind of one at a time just runs up and punches people. And he uses the orbs to move himself around the battlefield. He uses one to like put a force field over Lois Lane so she doesn't get hit by any gunfire. But it's a fun little showcase. It reminded me a lot of what James Gunn did with Yondu in the Guardians movies. It was very similar to that, but it was still a lot of fun. And a really cool showcase for Mr. Terrific.
Some fun little things that happen in this scene. Excuse me. Fuck. So what happens, I talk a bunch, and so I drink a bunch because my mouth is dry, and then an hour in, I'm fucking Mr. Burps because all this carbonation. Anyway, this is a great scene, I think, because just one thing that I've seen people talking about online is that while all this is going on, you do get the occasional like guard guy trying to take pot shots at Lois, which is pretty well conceived of, like, they're not just going to focus on the superhero, they're going to try to get to her too. It's a great action scene, and on top of that, like, this is where Mr. Terrific really becomes more of a fleshed out character, and this is when I started to turn from my initial like, what the fuck is this, to like, wait, this guy's kind of awesome.
Yeah. also it was one of the things I loved about it is like when you're introduced to his character, to me it's like, this is an underpowered guy compared to the fucking Green Lantern and Superman and Hawk Girl, like, but you get to see like the way he, like, his application of his T-spheres like puts him right up there with how effective they are. Like, it's such a cool thing.
I think I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think he's super powered. I think he's just like an Iron Man, like a genius.
He's like a super smart dude.
He also, I hate to bring this up twice on the show, and like, I don't know, I don't mean this as like in an insulting way, but he kind of comes across like also like somebody that might kind of be on the spectrum. Like
I agree. Yeah.
He's not really handling like emotion and conversation well. He's not looking at people, but he's still, but it doesn't use that like that's his superpower. This isn't fucking The Big Bang Theory.
And this isn't that fucking Predator movie either.
God, what a fucking piece of shit. God, and that was a fucking Shane Black one. I don't want to talk about that. It infuriates me. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and what's the other one? Two of my favorite movies ever fucking made. No, there's Gosling and Nice Guys. Holy shit, what a movie. And then he makes that Predators movie. What?
Yeah, bad.
Anyway, great Mr. Terrific stuff. Superman, what does he do? After the man gets murdered. After the man gets murdered, Metamorpho really he's really shaken, and Superman convinces him to heal him by, instead of making kryptonite, making something approximating a yellow sun, which heals Superman. He breaks out. He saves the baby. He and Metamorpho get out. They save Crypto. And they meet up with Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane at the entrance to the pocket dimension and all escape and huzzah.
Yeah, I will say Metamorpho played by Anthony Carrigan, who's great.
He is great, and the role is great. The character's great. It's fantastic. All of this stuff is great. And again, agreeing with Jim that this pocket dimension stuff is kind of too much and doesn't add a ton plot-wise. It brings you Metamorpho, who's really fucking great. Though I will say...
I was going to say, Metamorpho gets some fun, a couple fun little power showcases where he's hammering tanks and shit, turns into a Squid Man.
Does, but at the same time, at the end of the movie, I felt like we had multiple characters whose power basically amounted to I can make stuff out of thin air and I make hammers and fists, and Metamorpho and Green Lantern aren't that. They could have showcased Metamorpho's powers differently. And they do at times, but by the end of the movie, he was just acting like a Green Lantern in a way that I was like, well, this is kind of reductive. They're the same.
Yeah, I agree. I do like it, the way he talks about making the sun. I like that his power is he's not magic. He has the ability to add and subtract protons from parts of his body to make whatever he wants. I think that's a really interesting power.
Metamorpho is a really interesting character for sure.
Yeah.
So while this is going on, actually, it's important to bring up that Jimmy Olsen is also on the case. And his version of being on the case is that he has reached out to his ex-girlfriend and Lex Luthor's current girlfriend, Eve Teskmacher. I don't know that I can say that right. That's a hard word. Teskmacher.
Eve Teschmacher.
This was from the original Superman movie, was Lex Luthor's secretary or girlfriend, Miss Teskmacher. Anyway, he has reached out to her, and she is a weirdo obsessive that's super obsessed with Jimmy and wants to get back together with him. They play it up as if she's nuts, and on the one hand, it feels kind of misogynistic, he's playing along even though he doesn't really like her. He just wants something from her. He's using her, and it plays her up like she's that crazy, she's crazy.
She's the obsessive, ditzy, blonde ex. She's remember Stacy from Wayne's World?
Yeah. Yep.
She's Stacy from Wayne's World.
It's for me, it's a little weird because on the one hand, I recognize that this is a trope, and it's a kind of a harmful trope, and I don't think it's good. And on the other hand, I know people like this. So
yeah, it definitely exists in the real world.
Yeah. I actually think we've talked about this on the show before, so we won't get into it. But anyway, he talks to her and convinces her to turn on Luthor. It takes a little while. It's a little bit later in the movie when she calls him and is like, Lex is a dickhead, and I love you and I want to be with you, and if I give you all this info, will you be with me? And he's like, yep. Speaking of, she has been in the movie the whole time, every time Luthor's around, hanging out, taking selfies of herself. That has been her whole character up to this point.
Yeah.
So she sends him a dump of all of her selfies, but Lois posts Superman escape, and the members of the Daily Planet, to give them something to do, realize that, hey, guess what? These aren't just selfies. In the background of all these selfies is important.
Luthor is doing illegal shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's in Baravia. In the background are the plans for the invasion of Jarmanpar, and here's all the computers where Lex is telling fucking Hammer of Baravia and Ultraman what to do, and here's us in the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. It's fine. This isn't the best part of the movie. It's a little weird.
No. It was one of those. It's a little too convenient.
It was like they really wanted to make part of the plot that partially the day is saved by journalism, which I kind of appreciate, but it's handled so clumsily that it doesn't really land.
It is. Yeah. It's kind of an afterthought. But Superman, we should say, when Superman gets out of the Pocket Universe, he's really weak, and so they're like, he needs to rest before he confronts Luther. So he goes to Kansas, to where he grew up, and you get a little scene of what his parents are like and what his life was like.
Yeah, so they had called him earlier in the movie. You get a quick scene of the parents of the Kents, and I really like it. I think that it doesn't land with everybody, but I really liked it. Like, his mother is got the phone on speaker and is like yelling into it, and his dad's in the background just like, tell the boy I said this, even though it's on speaker.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
I feel like, particularly with like the Snyder movies, I feel like they've been, and they do it. You see it in Spider-Man. The Spider-Man movies over the years, they've been aging down the parents, and I feel like this movie does the opposite and makes them kind of older and like less technologically intelligent, and like just, I don't know. I liked it, and when we finally get to the Kent's house. And we get, Lois has some conversations with the parents, and they have some conversations with each other. And this shit hit me in the heart hard. I cried.
Yeah.
I fucking cried.
It's really, it's a really great scene. Like, and what I kind of feel both ways about how they depicted the parents.
They're from Kansas. Like, how do you feel about this, Kansas boy?
Yeah, I mean, like, the bumpkin stereotype is definitely like a thing I've encountered a lot, and that I feel that is kind of what they're doing with the parents.
Yeah,
is
for sure.
Like these are real simple, salt of the earth, like from Kansas farmers, and like just wholesome top to bottom, which like I appreciate, but also like there are also real people in Kansas. You know what I mean? Like, so like, it was kind of annoying to me, but at the same time, like, I appreciated what the movie was doing with it. Like, just basically showing how wholesome Superman is as a character. Like, there's no part of him that is cynical. You know what I mean? Like, he is an earnest, like, morally upstanding person who like is just a good dude.
I think a lot of the Superman mythos, if we want to call it that, has always been that his goodness and his humanity comes from the Kents and not from his alien parents.
Yeah. So there's a thing that I like and a thing that I don't like about his like realizing his relationship to his parents is that when butted up against like, his like, learning to appreciate his birth parents rather than his space parents, I think that works. But when you put it against him being an alien, it's kind of saying like the secret to being accepted into American society is like fully acclimating to the like apple pie fucking Americana lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that it got pretty muddy when like with that whole thing.
I can see that. Yeah.
So yeah,
I think you're right. I think that's a good point. Actually, I think it's a little different because he's somebody that came here as a baby. This is not a conscious choice he made.
Right. Yeah. But it's like that. That's in there. You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. But I thought, that scene brought me to tears as well. You get like this really well shot and well acted scene with like Clark, Superman, and his dad. And his dad, again, I felt like they played this guy a little too simply. You know what I mean? Like,
I really liked it.
He's almost barely able to form a fucking complete sentence. Like,
but they kind of explain that as like the Martha kind of explains it as like he's very emotional. Like it's not like he's stupid.
They call him like a pile of mush.
Yeah, she keeps calling him mush.
Yeah, but he basically what he's able to get out to communicate to Clark is like, I'm just so like super proud of you.
Yeah. And
which like even right now, even right now, like I'm about to get misty just talking about it.
It works really well. It's about as well done as it could possibly be, particularly in contrast with fucking Kevin Costner killing himself so that Clark doesn't reveal he has superpowers. This is 100 times better. You can't describe.
I'm gonna let this tornado take me.
It's fucking crazy. God. Anyway, it's fucking fantastic. And it really, this is Superman, coming through, and he heals up. Fun stuff here with Lois having never met his parents before, and I don't know. Like this whole scene is just top to bottom fucking fantastic for me. But eventually he does heal up, and they fly back. He flies back to Metropolis. Luthor is kind of losing it because he's lost Clark. I don't remember exactly what sparks this, but he he's trying to lure Superman back to Metropolis. We had learned earlier when Superman escaped the pocket universe that they're not stable, and Luthor intentionally allows this thing to break, basically, so that it will start to tear the planet in half, which it does. And it starts to literally rip Metropolis in half. In fact, it does completely rip Metropolis in half, which is wild. And Superman has to fly back and try to save the day. He has to fight Ultraman again with his, now unmasked, but with Luthor in his ear telling him his every move, allowing him to kind of handily knock Superman around. At the same time, the Daily Planet gang is putting together a story that will expose Luthor and his crimes, and they managed to get it uploaded onto the web. Which obviously has everybody turn on Luthor. Superman has to fight off and eventually defeat Ultraman, which he does by throwing him into a black hole, I think. It's pretty fucked up.
He does, yeah. He throws him directly into a black hole.
He doesn't really throw him. He just lets him get knocked into a black hole.
He just lets him go, yeah. Lets him go.
Another one of my favorite lines in the movie is when he finally defeats Ultraman. This is a long, drawn-out fight, and, it's a fight scene. What can we say about it? It's good. It's fun. Actually, now's a good time. I don't love this fucking twist. I don't love a clone bad guy. It feels kind of boring. I get that they want. I get that they want.
You want there to be some stakes. Maybe it's like they want there to be some. Maybe this guy can actually defeat Superman in a fight. Maybe.
I mean, they say he's more powerful than Superman, but it's Luthor. They want Luthor to be the villain. And they don't want to overshadow him with a Brainiac or a Darkseid or a whoever, a Mongol. They don't want to use that, which I fully understand and agree with. But it does kind of, just to me kind of, even though it's a great fight scene, like it's just kind of a dud for me to have him fighting a clone of himself. Like, you want to see him fighting, and he does fight big monsters. You want to see him fighting big monsters, and he does fight big monsters. But I don't know. It doesn't fully work for me. It was a little bland.
Yeah, I agree. It was just, by the end of it, it's like checking your watch.
Yeah. Waiting for this fight to end. He eventually defeats him with the help of Crypto. And then another one of my favorite lines in the movie is as soon as he beats him, he's laying there trying to collect his breath. And Mr. Terrific sticks his head over the side of whatever cavern or ripped up whatever he's in. And it's like
the big precipice that opens up, the big crack that splits open. Yeah,
Mr. Terrific sticks his head over the side and is like, "We don't have time to mess around here." It's like I'm not messing around. It's good stuff. Made me like Mr. Terrific even more. And so finally, Superman goes and confronts Luthor, and pretty handily, stops him. Obviously, Luthor's not superpowered. He doesn't get power armor or anything. He just kind of flies in and shuts everything down and is like, now you're going to fix this. Mr. Terrific comes in and reverses the polarity of the decompiler or whatever, and that makes the Earth heal. Kind of. Metropolis is still pretty fucked up.
Yeah. There's like a post-credit scene that shows Superman and Mr. Terrific looking at how a building doesn't quite match up 1-to-1, like when they bring everything back together, and he's like, "What do you expect me to do about it?"
Yeah.
So a friend of mine said this might be an allusion to like a future story arc. I don't know. God, I'll have to look. Hold on. Let me pull it up really quick. I had no idea what he was referring to. He said, you know what? I'm not going to go through this whole fucking message.
Okay.
I don't care.
I don't know what you're talking about, so I couldn't say it. But I will say one of the best parts of the movie here is Superman talking to Luthor. Luthor kind of fully revealing the twist of like, I didn't do this to get richer. I did this to kill, so I would have an excuse to kill you. And Superman, I've seen this movie described as like Superman fucks over a billionaire, like he doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? I can't remember the exact wording, but somebody, the way it was phrased in the tweet or whatever, was like, it's just Superman saying fuck you to billionaires. And I really don't agree, because I think you get a great scene here where Superman to Lex says, look, like, you're wrong. You just don't understand me. You're wrong. Like, what makes me special is not my powers, and it's not my heritage. It's my humanity. It's my kindness and my caring. And that, I think, really, it sums up the movie really well. Yeah. I think it really fucking works. And, of course, Luthor has to spit in his, not literally, but spit in his face and like, nah, I'll get you. But I think it works really well. And I think at the end of the movie, at the end of the day, he says to Luthor, like, I look forward to the day that you realize these things and become the man that, you know, you can be.
Yeah.
And it's really touching. It's really heartfelt. It's a great message, both about Superman and about, you know, how to view your enemy, kind of. I don't know if that'll be a popular sentiment.
Hope for other people. Yeah.
But I think it's great. And they don't arrest Luthor. Somebody shows up and arrests Luthor. I don't know. Who cares? The people that arrested Superman earlier show up and arrest Luthor or something like that. I don't remember the exact details. It doesn't matter. Superman kind of recommitted to his you know, job, to his ideals. That's the end of the movie. Except we do then get a cut to Superman in the Fortress of Solitude when who shows up, Jim?
It's Supergirl.
It's Supergirl, which is filming, or maybe just wrapped filming. This is who? Who's the actress?
Good question.
This is coming out next year, and it's Miley Alcock, who was in the Game of Thrones prequel series. Then I stopped watching because I didn't give a shit about it. But she's great. She shows up. She seems kind of drunk. She is there to pick up her dog. She's like, "Thanks for watching him, bitch," and just walks out the door. And I like this a lot, and I'll tell you why I like it a lot. It establishes her as not just a little female Superman, which is good. Yeah. Superman says something to the effect of she flies out to galaxies or solar systems that don't have a yellow sun, that have a red sun, because she can't get drunk under the yellow sun because of her superpowers, which I thought was funny. So she's been on a bender basically this whole time.
Yeah.
This whole movie. But also she picks up Krypto. We learn in this scene that Krypto is not Superman's dog. It's been a little weird. They've kind of danced around the subject of whose dog this is. We learn that it's Supergirl's dog, which to me, in a lot of ways, kind of makes the preceding movie, the stuff with Krypto, a little more powerful, because he bends over fucking backwards to save this dog. He risks his life multiple times to save this dog, and it's not even his fucking dog. It's his cousin's dog. And he's just that fucking good of a person that, like, he'll do whatever it takes. He's not letting fucking Lex Luthor do an autopsy and throw away this dog. He's gonna do whatever it takes to save this dog. And it shows us why this dog is such a fucking rambunctious little shit of a dog. Because it's Supergirl's dog, and she's a rambunctious little shit of a person.
Yeah, it was fun.
The end. That's the end of the movie. I think it's a good end. I think it's a good cap. It's a funny way to end it. There are 2 post-credit scenes, and they were not worth sticking around for. Don't bother.
I didn't stick around to watch them.
I did, and I wish I hadn't. All right, because one of the mid-credit scene is just Superman and Krypto sitting on the moon looking at the Earth for 5 seconds. That's fucking it. And then the actual end credit scene is a funny gag with Superman and Mr. Terrific looking at a building that's not quite right and probably not structurally sound anymore, and kind of going like, "What do you want us to do about this?" You know. Which is funny, but is another 15-second scene that was not worth sitting through 7 minutes of credits for.
Yeah. I was, as soon as the credits rolled, I was like, I know there's scenes after this, but I don't.
I want them to stop. And I think it's wild to me. Warner Brothers, DC, the post-credits thing is a Marvel thing. Stop doing it. Stop it.
And it's not, I feel like people might expect it, but just don't do it.
I mean, at this point, I have not in 10 years gone to see a movie that I have not at the end of the movie gone, all right, the credits are rolling. Let me Google it. Is there a post-credit
Every time I
scene?
see like a franchise movie, I'm like, oh, is there a post-credit scene? I normally I don't expect them unless I'm watching like a comic book movie, I guess.
But a lot of movies have done them over the years. I'm tired of it.
I know. I feel like it's more common than it should be for sure.
Yeah, it's time to let this die. But anyway.
So yeah, Superman. Yeah. Good movie.
Yeah, good movie. And I can't wait to watch it again. And I big recommend to anybody that hasn't seen it, if you somehow listen to all of this and are still interested. Good fun fucking time. Made me tear up.
Yeah, good stuff.
Made me feel good. Some flaws. Not a perfect movie, but that's okay.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll remind our listeners that we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/SquareRootsPodcast, where you can find all of our bonus content. For $3, that's our base tier. Get access to all the content on there. $5, you can vote on the games we play on the show when we do open it up for votes. Also, another benefit of being a patron is that usually we read the names on the air. I think we could skip it this week, just in the interest of time.
I just want to say, next time on, we will pick up we will be picking Jade Empire, Beyond Good and Evil back up, and we will be playing until you finish repairing the Beluga. Yeah. So if you're playing along, if you're not already caught up, you got an extra week. You're welcome.
Yep. And I will remind everyone, if you'd like to send us an email, our email address is squarerootspodcast@gmail.com. Our Facebook group is called the Square Roots Podcast Group for Smart, Cool, Very Attractive People, or find us on Blue Sky at squarerootspod.bsky.social. You can rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Ghana, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you to Stephen Morris for our Square Roots theme. You can find Stephen on YouTube. Links are in the show notes.
We're also put a link to Artie's cookbook in the show notes.
Yeah, look for that too. Mm-hmm. All right, for Square Roots, I'm Jim Banks.
I'm Matthew Van Zant.
Goodbye.
Bye. Look on the bright side, Jim. This is usually when we start recording.